TV, this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation. Tune in daily, get your positive vibrations. Learn different words in your own native language. Learn being black ain't all about slavery. They put that in the school book, it's part of education. We need to rewrite it, need some better information. Like how we built the pyramids and formed our own nation. Visit different continents and then try to invade them. Way before Columbus, but that ain't none of these pages. It's all just rumors, just a bunch of speculation. But why I never admit every hero is Caucasian. Even white people starting to say this shit is racist. Like how they talking to blacks with this vaccination. This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Cause do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation. This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Cause do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation. Appreciate the views and appreciate the comment. Keeping it real, always giving you this content. Hoping that my people don't take nothing out of content. Giving you this knowledge, hoping that it change your mindset. Telling you you're beautiful like the dawn of the sunset. And letting them know black power is more than just a concept. Major TV, you know we do this for the people. Changing the community and raising future leaders. This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation. This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation.
Positive vibrations and good day to you all. This is Major, and thank you for tuning to Major TV. Let's talk. It's a sad day, and when I say this, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It's a sad day that they convicted GMJ on bogus charges. And I'll go into that a little later in the live, but I just have to just address everything because to me it's like we really don't get it. And I'm talking to those who don't get it. For those who do get it, salute, you know what's up. First and foremost, like and share this live. Everybody needing to hear about what I'm about to say. We're going to go on in this live chat as well as addressing the elephant in the room. For everybody that's tuning in, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the love. I appreciate support. I definitely will go through the comments at the end of this live. But I'm disheartened because we missed out on a big opportunity to really come together and capitalize on obviously some real situation that was going on in our community. It wasn't just about the police violence. It was about the systemic oppression, systemic conditions. It was about the hatred in our community where we are killing each other, where we are violating each other, where we're not helping each other, where we working more with the precedent with ourselves. And see, I have to bring all this in full context because people don't understand why I even did what I did and why I even came on the scene and really was talking the way I was talking. I had never seen in my lifetime what took place at a point whereas it got so much attention because people don't realize when NFAC and GMJ did what they did, it was at a time whereas BLM was real big, and BLM, which we already know, was just not about black people, but also whites and other groups a part of this. And even though we know it was an infiltration and they have their own agenda, there was some real riots, some real stuff going on, but people really attacking the police, willing to die. And I don't want to just say GMJ, a lot of these organizations, black-owned organizations that was out here, also in a mix that was addressing issues, right? Come together to really address the first thing in Brunswick, Georgia, that culminated into Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Trayvon Pillerin, and a number of people that got killed by police. And when this first took place, and these brothers got armed and went out there and made a stand in front of Michael's home, that was some real stuff where it went viral, right? And we were finding out about different people that was a part of it, how GMJ was a part of it. Then later, everybody was doing their own thing until they started really forming NFAC. Whereas people would just, let's get together, let's try to address this. But we know about a lot of internal issues and things that happen, right? Well, what amazing was the fact that for them to get on and march on the shores of America and tell black people to be armed and be ready, it was amazing to me because the climate was just as dangerous as it was in the 60s with the Black Panther Party, with Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam. Whereas it just was a burning point. And if you know anything about me, I did numerous videos on NFAC and GMJ. And the whole thing I was really trying to say was, he's on to something. They're on to something. And like I said, it wasn't just about NFAC. It was a number of black-owned groups out here that was doing their thing. And for a moment, we seen a real glimpse of unity with everybody really trying to communicate, really trying to understand what's going on. But unfortunately, throughout the history of being in America, we have always had ego clashes, ideology clashes, religious and spiritual clashes that prevent us from really seeing a big picture, the real big picture. That white people, despite how much they've been beefing all in Europe and everything, World War I, World War II, even the Civil War, one thing they could do is come together, put aside their difference, they keep their foot on us, to keep oppressing us. But for us, we don't have the ability, as it looks, to put aside our differences and make sure that they take their foot off us. Because it wasn't too much about just grabbing guns. And people don't understand it was bigger than that. We dealt with a major financial gap in our community. We dealing with drugs and criminal activity, promiscuous behavior, all in our community, and we know a lot of this is orchestrated by the government and the powers that be, and not just on us as a people, but this whole country have went through a major brainwashing system that perpetuate that white and anybody else is better than melanated people, or we use the word a lot, black, which we know is a racist term that came from them, right? And to watch how, the funny part, you had older people that really were glad they came, you know what I'm saying? Would turn on YouTube to hear what this brother got to say and see what he's doing, and was so encouraged to watch what he had to say and how he was teaching them. It was amazing, right? And don't get me wrong, it's nothing he said that wasn't said before. wasn't done before, right? It was just different for them in at that time, and then knowing that a lot of young people really was sleeping on what's going on. But the young people was already enraged and showing a lot of stuff through the rise and protests, but it was a thing, whereas GMJ, a lot of these brothers and sisters throw themselves in the midst of it. And when I went to notice, I went to that formation in Lafayette. I think that was the last formation, I believe. And what I seen how serious it was, and I described our videos where I'm describing what it was, right? Because I took me and my people, I said, we got to go see this, what's going on. Because this brother real. I mean, I definitely have to support him. And I check it out like, damn, it's real. I reported everything. I have videos of it, right? And as I was observing him, like me, it was nothing new he was saying to me. I was just watching and listening like, okay, cool. And later I would critique him on some of the things he was saying and what he was pushing, right? And it was just a real critique of me as a man, right? Until I met him personally, I was able to like really tell him what's on my mind, what have you. But at the same time, keep the focus there and rough what he was trying to do. And as I went to seeing the hate, you know what I'm saying? I went to seeing the undermine, I went to seeing people talking and running their mouth about things, right? And whether it was true or not, right? If it's not documented, if I can't see it in black and white, I don't run off what I hear. Because there's an old saying, believe, know what you have, what you see. Watch a person's actions, right? And for me, I was like telling people, all right, cool, you have your opinion, feel the way you feel. And I respect anybody have something behind the scenes they want to say something about somebody, right? But when you're going publicly knowing that this brother is trying to open the eyes of the people and share different things, whether you agree or not, if you don't agree, just talk about what you think is best. But I was seeing people attacking him and making fun of him and going research everything about him and what he said then and what he did and all that. And I was like, what they got to do with what's happening right now? People are being killed, people are being oppressed, and nobody really is making that serious stand. You feel me? And when I did that, right, I put myself in the middle of a bunch of mess, a whole bunch of mess. And I found myself really just fighting with myself about what I'm really doing. Like, I really just wanted to have a positive word for somebody, help them, share my story when I get around talking about it, but also recognize what this brother's doing and what other people is doing. But it's sad that we missed out on a golden opportunity, because when in the height of what all he had done and what NFAC and other groups did, when he got arrested, somehow people like a hound dog, it was like a piece of me, they just went at him, right? And it's like the government just like stripped him naked and just threw him out there to the people, right? Took his basic rights, whatnot, his fundamental rights, as well as brought him through a system, charged him with a very vague statute. And then watch how we attacked him, to watch how we went at him without even letting the process go the way it went. It was a travesty. It was a joke. It was an epitome of why we can't come together. Because I get it. If you don't get along with me, I don't get along with you. How we used to do it, we'll just stop talking. Or we'll just go out somewhere. We will not go public and be talking about this, talking about that. Oh, he's going to get somebody killed, or we talking, what have you. We were already getting killed. We was already being locked up and still getting killed and being locked up. It's like we don't understand white supremacy racism is just not white people. It's a system that's built against the oppressors to do what they want with us. Nearly Fuller talk about it in his book. And I hear a lot of people echoing Neil Fuller, but they don't really talk about a lot of things to talk about don't talk about each other publicly. Don't get mad at one has more than the other, and they try to throw him out the spotlight. And when he or she don't talk about what's really going on, understand white supremacy is not going to allow anyone to just say and do what they want. The only reason why Farrakhan was able to last as long as he lasts, because he got to the point where it became literally him talking to the people, and the action part had been dwindled to the norm. Like we get settled because a lot of us, I mean, we just look at the situation. Like when Farrakhan was a real threat, I mean, it was a grave concern. But you gotta realize they watch everything we do. When they realize, okay, cool, long as they're not trying to do nothing extreme. See, we gotta understand. This brother picked up a gun. And was telling black people to get armed and get ready. And this brother was telling how it is, and they didn't like it. He was calling justice out, and a lot of people like, oh, I'm so surprised he convicted him. He went through a white court system. A white court system that really don't even care about the law. It's about dramatics and acting and convincing people that's not legally minded to say, well, the statute said this the facts, he did it, he should be guilty. And though me and a lot of us optimistic in a racist society like this, with a black man that's talking about revolutionizing a system that have taken down some of our best. It just released this brother, this political prisoner, after doing, I believe, 49 years. This society is very serious. This government is very serious and oppressing. The funny thing about it, they never change in how they've been dealing with us. While we've been trying to find ways how to break the system cannot be broke if you don't have the majority of people that's willing to die, that's willing to go to jail, that's willing to really stand up, exercise self-determination, really stand up against the powers that be, that's sending police in the community to control, to maintain the status quo of the powers that be. Government corruption since day one. When you read about Abe Lincoln when he was president and all the stuff they was doing back then with the banks and all that, and how they was creating money, doing illegal stuff, that was the first to get a fight with the banking system. We know about the Rothschilds and all the rest of these families and people that have ruled the world. And I mean the Rockefellers, whatnot, but my thing is, I know we looking for that black messiah. I know we looking for something just far sky. I know we looking for change. But the change is in us. And until we realize we can't fix nothing until we fix us. The way how we went at GMJ as a people. Because you got to realize Marcus Garvey went through the same thing with the Back to Africa movement. The people like W. Du Bois worked against him. Very influential brother. Like Malcolm, the people worked against Malcolm. We forgot that. Black Panthers, the people worked against him on internal situations that call us to fail. I'm so sick and tired of people sending me videos and showing me things like, oh, this is last day. Listen, hell and heaven is right now. It's right now. What make you think you die, you won't be judged by your actions right now? A lot of time we don't realize our moral character intact. Us understanding what the true fight is not intact. And it's scary because we really believe in a lot of stuff that I really question, because I don't believe nothing coming from the oppressor is good. And I don't care if it can originate out the motherland. Once it's tainted, you have to always question, because I can't see nobody's oppressing you that's going to give you the truth, that's going to reveal the truth. And it's sad that this brother have to literally go through a appeal system, and people understand how this works. And this ain't nothing that just started. Years, the Democrats and Republicans have been fighting for to get position. Why? To stack things in their favor. What the Republicans did, they stacked all the conservative judges in the court system. You got to go through the same racist court system to then ask from the pill and look at your case. You know, it's sad, and don't get me wrong. I do believe in God, and I do believe anything is possible because I was one who had a practical life that went the court system and I won. But that was years ago, right? And when you look at the arrest rate and the conviction rate, you look at on the appeals, successful appeals, the rate of it is very slim. And it's sad that now we at a point where we're talking about appeal. We could really been actually capitalizing on a moment when these brothers and sisters took up arms and was ready to go all the way. So all we had to do was connect the dots. We just had to connect the dots. And with the self-determination taking the forefront, and when GMJ was talking about it, to learn that a lot of people have been talking about it, but not really exercising properly, not really knowing the different channels and whatnot. And seeing whereas as soon as they did what they did, we acted we reacted. I mean, people literally just split up and took sides. People really, literally forgot that it was about the people and made it about certain things that it wasn't really about. And for me, it's sad because when I met the brother, despite, you know what I'm saying, the fact that people say an ego problem and narcissist and what have you, I seen something in him that told me that he really meant well. Now, whether everything that was going on affected him throughout his walk after the fact, I seen it, and for me, it was like I just didn't want to be a part of the nonsense because in the end, we still got this on our hands. We got to deal with this brother being locked up. But the fact that we put the faith in the system that showing that they very seldom have favorable decisions for melanated people. But it's a sad day because we missed the opportunity to really come together, fight for us behind the scene, pull hair, and then agree upon something. And right now, it's still like that. Right now, today, with this brother being convicted, you still got the same division and the fussing and fight. And for me, I don't think nothing nobody see or do, and I'm talking about bad, that want me to see him in prison. Even if we don't talk no more, even if we don't get along, because I know that once you go there, that's in the belly of the beast. And I can say this much. Say what you want, he ain't go to jail for killing nobody in our community, robbing nobody, selling drugs and what have you. He got convicted for standing up for our community. And he addressed a lot of things that we've been addressing throughout the years as a people. Like him, hate him, love him, or what have you. He did something a lot of us wouldn't thought about doing. And it's sad that when we're unraveling and we watch the legal proceeding take place, you have people consistently attacking this brother, making fun of this brother. You had people that didn't know how to keep water in their chest. You know, they became so emotional, and it's sad because I remember when I said that I won't go to this court date, I said never seen this before, you know. And nobody was talking about going to court date with me. I said, I'm gonna go check it out. And then I went a few times, right? And I watched, you know what I'm saying, how they played game with him. But the people still was coming. And shout out to those and salute that have been there for day one and still supporting his brother. Despite what people may think about how I feel about him, I still love him. I still support him. And though I don't get off into the back and forth about this person and that person, I'm just about where help is needed, we need to provide it. It's a list we got to have, the most important and least important. We have to know how to prioritize. But to watch people constantly support this brother and to watch we have left. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't say that it was all him. I can say he was inspired by the Malcolms, by the Black Panther Party, by the Marcus Garvey's and stuff, what have you. But what I can say is the fact that he left an impression on a lot of people that they would never forget him for what he did, despite how he may get, how he may act, even some of the things I have said in my reservations and what have you, behind the scenes, nothing publicly, right? And stuff me and him talked about. I'll always have respect, and I've always admired and love what he did. I think ignite a lot of things in us to do more. Like, cause you can be doing something, but not as much. But I also think that GMJ also exposed the ugly truth, the elephant in the room. When there is momentum, when there is an opportunity of change, when there is a time to take risks, a lot of us tapped out. I never forget watching one of his videos when he went on Stone Mountain, and when he got everybody together organized. He said that where everybody out there was talking, where they at, they should be out here right now. And even though they had a nice amount of people out there, but when you look at all the people that was in his lives and all the people that would be watching and talking about him, they never, even in that fair, they never came in large numbers. And I'm talking about what my thing about it, the thing was he was just really trying to hold people accountable what they were saying. They were tired of being the president. They didn't like what was going on. And they agree with him, come out there and join him. That's how he was asking. And I watched a lot of people put up but not shut up. I mean, talk noise and don't do what they gotta do. Don't stand up and do their thing. And I really think that he questioned a lot of men, a lot of men that was in question about everything going on. And even though he may not always been right in some of the things that he said in some of his assessments, overall his message was always universal. And it's just unfortunate that a lot of us didn't really catch it. And even those who did catch it, that felt like this is not something they wanted to do and they walked away, right? And I respect that. If you can't agree, you might as well walk away. But what I don't respect is the fact that if you're going to walk away, if you're not going to participate, if you don't believe what's going on, don't say nothing bad publicly. And that's what messed me up. And, I address some people, and people know I address some people personally as far as, on here, and told them about it's not cool. And some of them took heed and stopped doing it. But some kept talking. And for me, it was never, I never knew I was getting myself in with the social media stuff. And I see how we sensationalize everything. I see how we commercialize everything. And it's like, I don't know, it puts you in a situation whereas you find yourself really fight with yourself. And how you present this and how you say that, because you're being judged all the way. You even sometimes put in a box. That's why, talking about this is personal, because I had a chance to meet this brother several times. I'm like by far, I think the only person had 3 interviews where I had met him personally, right? And when I first went to meet GMJ, he didn't know me, I didn't know him. And I didn't know he was even watching my videos. And to look at it now, right, in retrospect, and be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Through the ebbs and flows, ups and downs, the results is this brother get convicted on bogus charges. When we know in this society, if they say this is a crime and these are the elements, and this are the facts, and the facts say he did this or she did that, you're guilty most of the time. And it's unfortunate. And I asked, where we go from here? What do we do next? Do we wait on the next person to come through? We're going to do them the same day we did GMJ? I mean, right now, I don't know. I really want to say that a lot of things that's happening to us and our reaction, it's like we socially numb. We just, I don't know. I mean, you have people that have real good plans that can really make a difference in our community, but we're not backing them, And we have to understand, and I have to say this: we will have casualties of war, and GMJ is one of them casualties. And I hate to say this, but that don't mean we don't give up. We donate, we support, we spread the word and what have you. But we know the sacrifice that he was doing. It was a serious damn sacrifice, serious, and I mean very serious. When I say the respect I have for GMJ, words can't describe, and watching his life like a movie and start to now, it's been crazy. Right? First you love me, then you hate me, you love me and hate me. And that's how it was with GMJ, right? And I understand this brother had a strong personality, had a very commanding demeanor. He had a no nonsense attitude most of the time, and sometimes it could rub people the wrong way. And sometimes you can see things about him that just and make you question some things. But when you really are about the people, like I always say this, right? If I don't have nothing good to say about him, nothing to say at all. When it got to the point where I felt like things getting a little uneasy, I wouldn't talk about certain things and go there because my spirit was being rattled. And for me, it means so much to me just to tell the people, we have to really open our eyes and see that these opportunities won't always come around to bring people together. It was never about just picking up guns and getting ready to respond when they do what they did like they did in Buffalo. Because if we were really on it, ain't no in the world no white boy that came in our community did what he did. But even in my own community, in my subdivision, we operate differently. And some of my neighbors I'm pretty cool with, but I don't know, and this divided conquer mentality, this leadership mentality, this division with leadership, the division with communication, division with compete with each other about who got this and who got that. It's really a grave concern, because how can we actually talk about coming together? We can't deal with the smallest things of just sitting down and agreeing that we have the common enemy and common problems, despite our background, despite what we're going through. I keep telling people, you're being judged right now, heaven and hell right now. You're waiting on something to fall out the sky. You're waiting on aliens. You're waiting on that black Messiah. You're waiting on what happened. No, right now you're being judged. And too many times we the majority of the world we won't put it everywhere but in our hand. They say God started you to walk, right? He gave the first steps. And when you look back like, God, where you at? Why you left me? The first thing God tell you, like, hey, I help you to walk. We have the ability, we have the tools, we have the minds, the spiritual intuitiveness to do what we gotta do. We don't. I try to break down about a basketball coach I talk about coaches, right? High school, college, and NFL. You got one head coach, you got assistant coaches. Eventually, assistant coaches, one day gonna be a head coach, right? So they have to play their position, whether they're running back coach, wide receiver, quarterback coach, what have you. They have to play their position. Same way with what's going on in our community. You can have a bunch of leaders among leaders that's doing their thing, but you're gonna have somebody to at least bring things in order and understand as a chair, vice chair, secretary, blah, 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 right? So for me, it's like, what we missing? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no problem in the backseat and just listen and learn and grow. We don't know how to do that. Soon we learn a little something. Soon as we get a little follow, a little push, we run with it. And it's not fair to ourselves and the people, because what if there's a sister and brother that do have an answer or on the right path to build our community? Why are we gonna fight against it? Right? And if we don't agree with that brother, don't go publicly and talk bad about that brother or sister. Go do your thing. Because see, when the people see we not publicly going at it, even though we may not get along, the people gonna still hear from both of us saying the same thing because everybody really echoing the same thing. We being oppressed. Racism, white supremacy. We need to do some community building. We need self-determination. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to educate ourselves. We need to know about culture. We know this. And the funny part, there are people out here doing it, but you never hear about them. You know why? They don't have no time to be in front of the camera talking all the time. They're not really about the spotlight. They're just doing the work. That's why I respect Robert Allen. This brother been teaching entrepreneurship in our community and doing community building. He started New Black Wall Street Market in Stonecrest, Georgia. I respect them and what we're doing in our community in reference to creating housing, creating business opportunities. I respect Brian Stevenson for Legacy Museum and Memorial, and how he freed so many people that was on death row that was wrongfully convicted, as well as pushing, you know what I'm saying? Your reality of racial injustice and what have you and whatnot. And they may not be the leader in our eyes how we think it should be, but I think leadership coming all type of fixes, all kind of backgrounds and everything that really is about the people. Too many times this damn camera get us in trouble. We want to be in the camera. We want to get this large following. We want to be the man. We want to be the woman, but it's not about that. I can take the back seat, and we have to learn how to take the back seat. If we know what's being shared with our people is real. And people have been reaching out, calling, emailing, what have you. It's disappointing, but I'm not surprised because we have a system that exists from day one. From day one. One time we was on, and the coast is property. It's property. And it's the same coast system, and it's standing right now, saying tall to the United States. This is real. All these state governors, how you say everybody. It's like you don't have a democracy. You don't have a democracy because you have parties like Democrats, Republicans that stack the deck in their favor. The court system, Congress, state government, what have you, and it's crazy, man. We go in the system expecting to just act in our favor. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I mean, the phone on my own live is breaking up. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I apologize for that. I may have to refresh. We have to refresh. It's better. Is it better? Can you hear me? Is it better? Y'all tell me a one is better. Can y'all hear me? Refresh again. They must be hating because I'm spitting some real stuff. I hope y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now? We're actually watching the Republicans literally change this country. See, I don't know if y'all been in the news, like I've been in the news and watching stuff. In Hungary, they have a government, the president, he's really practicing that white supremacy to the core, whereas he's with the great replacement theory, whereas he's preventing foreigners and anybody going over there, right? And CPAC is going over there, getting ideas and coming and bringing to this government. And they say the problem when Donald Trump was in office, he wasn't instituting a lot of his policies. And y'all know Fox talk about the great replacement theory and whatnot, worrying about whites being replaced by melanated people, foreigners and what have you, right? And they say Trump just was scared to follow policy, but in Hungary, that person, he's actually instituting it with the government behind him. If they do that over here, we think we got it bad. That means that if they pass a law, well, whereas we know it's clearly racist, right? The government can come back and have a law to support it, and they could send in National Guard or what have you, how they normally do to get control. See, so for years they've been stacking the deck while we back and forth fussing. We have to realize a lot of white people are scared that they're about to be eradicated. They already got to deal with the sun, but to actually deal with us really wiping them out in reference to our intermingling or what have you, et cetera, that's really a real deal. There's a great fear. And while we still scratching our head trying to figure out what we're trying to do, we're trying to inform, and we still trying to reform a racist system that show it will not bend a break. And when you think they're bending, there's a catch-22. If we don't reach for self-determination and reach for with the clear focus of realizing that some of us will die, some of us will go to jail, there will be direct havoc, then we're not ready. Because the difference between them and us, they wouldn't have died or we wouldn't have died. These mass shootings that we're seeing, that's real. And how we was targeting in Buffalo and how we are target daily, that's real. See, it's not just about the killings. Well, we ain't talking about employment. We ain't talking about in politics. We ain't talking about in legal system. We're not talking about in our communities how everything is shifting as far as regentrifying and also leaving a lot of us stuck and left for dead out in these streets. And as homelessness is growing in our community, violence and crime and massive incarceration, we still have these same conversations when we had an opportunity to actually join hands to really make a difference. But now we got to deal with the fact that we have another brother that's locked up unjustly by a racist system that we failed to defeat. We failed to knock down. We failed to overcome. And I wonder what a lot of naysayers and people that have been talking bad about his brother, what they're going to say. People still trying to justify he's still an agent and all. I'm like, damn, man. Like, when they come from, we just shut our mouth. Just cut the switch off. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. Sometimes we listen to some people's logic when I find the time to listen to people's logic about why they talk against this brother or why we shouldn't do this and why we shouldn't do that. It sounded like a straight coward to me. It sounded like how it was back in the day. Like Malcolm would say this, and other people be saying that, and they said, "Well, Malcolm said they can get us killed. We need to go this way." And that's been a situation that's been going on for years. Like you have a strong possibility over here, but then you have a not so strong kind of, I don't know, a kind of far way of looking at how we can achieve our goals. I don't know, like I was debating whether I should even do a live on it because it's so messy, it's just so crazy to watch somebody who took a chance with his life, and those who and others who took a chance with their life, to watch how all this turned out and just watch how we fighting on each other, we divided, how we quick to just speak negative publicly, discouraging so many people. I met so many people that were just so down and ready to go. Not even around. They don't even want to be a part of it because it became a debacle. It became a joke, a circus. And I don't know. And I'm breaking up badly. Wow. I'm still breaking up. Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that. Y'all have a bunch of comments, y'all. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Real talk. I don't know. I'm still breaking up. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know why it's breaking up, y'all. I just want to talk to the people, like, I just want to talk to the people, like, and just say this. This brother gonna live on because whether you like him or not, it was amazing what he did. It may have stepped on some toes, may have pissed some people off, but he did it, and he went out the way he wanted to go out. Now I know you have a chance on appeal, and for me, I don't put faith in the court system. I put faith in God. Only God knows, because this justice system have failed us. We have failed us. And we will continue to fail each other because we don't understand the gravity we're dealing with. While we fighting, they're planning. While we are competing, they capitalizing. While we are not unifying, they getting stronger. And it's only a few. It's not a whole lot. But they have a lot of things that we don't have. And they have imposition of things that we don't have. And we know why. We know what they did. We know how they got it and so forth and so on. But it doesn't make no sense if we can't be humble enough to really sit down. My platform always been open to any and everybody. Y'all know I let people go on my platform, talk. I mean, I took phone calls. I definitely entertain my people for sure. I love y'all. And I've always wanted to just bridge that gap. And it's been so hard to bridge that gap because I met some people that's in very dark places that really see life just backwards. I met some people that I mean, and I still talk to them today. And it's scary how they think and what they talk about, right? And it's like when you realize some real questions about how this can be done and how that can be done, right? And you go to realize some tough questions, your mind just turns to lemon. And it's so much anger and frustration hurting us. And I get it, I understand, I'm mad, I'm pissed off too. But what they gonna do in the end? We still have to be objective because we always say, man, the white folks dumb, they don't know nothing and what have you. Or why they on top of us? Or they ignorant, they come out kids, this, that, and other. Well, why we're in the position we're in? We say things without thinking. If you have just this much intelligence to figure some things out, how to capitalize on other people, you can do it. I don't care what color you are. It don't matter if they stole something or not. What matters is the fact that we're at the bottom of the boat. And we're trying to get on top of the boat. And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? And it's like our ancestors actually turned over their grave. Because we think about land slave, you're thinking about the land slave trade and all what our people have been through. This don't just consist of states. I'm talking about the Caribbean, North, South America, Europe. We have to really see, like this picture, man, and make sense of it. The division, you know what I'm saying? The naysaying, the negativity, it's not gonna help us win. Shout out to Bread Club. Thank you for the super chat. You're loud and clear, Major TV. Salute. Thank you, my bro. Elena said best, we have to unite or die. That's point blank. Unite or die, because what they're doing is, and why they're so successful in taking our leaders, they're picking us off because we working individually. See, when we together and we organize, they knock me off or take me down, somebody else come up in my position. But too many times we work individually and we see the mess in our community and we know we can just bring our people together. It can work. And the people that do have the power and influence in our community are not doing enough. Just not doing enough. It's insanity. And I'm going to add this in there. It's insanity to say or do something and expect different results. It's insanity. It's like we're replicating the same thing that happened in the past and really ill-prepared and responding to everything that's going on. And people that may have answered, people who can contribute, they locked out, doors are closed on them. Look, all GMJ information, description, video, commissary, phone calls, donations, everything in the description video. If you want to pay for phone calls, talk to his lawyer, it's in the video. You want to pay, you want to put something on his books, it's in the video. Description of the video. If you want to donate, description of the video. We just have to stop being an afterthought people before the people. I won't lie, and I'm gonna be real. A lot of stuff I can't rock with, all the division, all the confusion, all the negativity, I can't rock with. And I find myself moving with caution and in my comfort zone because it's like we saying the same thing while we can get along. Then we finding reasons not to support each other. I don't get it. And people still saying some the same thing they were saying from day one about it. But I'm looking around and saying, who's going to do something next? Where everybody at now? What are we saying? We got to stop hating on each other and start loving each other. We quick to say harass Asians and this, that, and other. We got a lot of harassing Asians all around us. And we cool with. We laugh and talk with. I don't understand. And you may not know. Some of us know. We be knowing about who said what, who did what. We ain't all that naive. I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. We are divided by religion, spirituality, ideologies, which way to go. It's sad. We can divide it by the color of our skin. Light skin, dark skin. I mean, it's crazy. And we constantly look the other way. We constantly talk down. We constantly not see the big picture. But I won't let nobody drag me to none of this nonsense. I know in my heart for us to really be one, to be unified, to overcome what we're going through in our communities. In our daily lives. As a people with the oppression that we face, we have to come together. And I don't expect everybody. That we have to have real. There's so much ignorance in our community. It's pathetic. There's so much division and self-hate in our community. It's pathetic. There's so much violence, drugs, and crime in our community. It's pathetic. He was addressing it, just like a lot of us are addressing it. But the one thing that we're not doing is really realizing that we can come all in one room and we can really just sit down, talk about it intelligently, not making one feel less than others, not letting the ego or narcissism get the best of us, and just really talk about what's really going on. And then implement action plans to fight it, get better in our community. Because the word is already out. People already know. A lot of us saying they already know about oppression, racism, and white supremacy, that we need to excise our alternation, that we need to do some community building, we need to come together with them. People know this. And they wait, but because of the visions and the different fractions and different this, that, and other, people don't know who to support. They don't know who to get behind. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know. That's why I've kept my channel, like a certain way. I'm not trying to get off this. I'm not trying to get off now. I want to deal with the chaos and the messy stuff. I'm not with none of that. You know what I'm saying? We for the people, we for the people. If you don't like her, she don't like him, or they don't like each other, cool. End of the day, I'm looking at our people, and our people right now need some serious, serious help. Real talk. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like and share this live. I don't know. It's mind-boggling, y'all. It's mind-boggling. I don't know what else. I can say so much, and I think I say so much. I just let it all out, right? But it's a sad day, and it's something we have to live with the rest of our life. Even if this brother be his appeal or come home, that we missed the opportunity. Can we bounce back? Yeah, we can. Can we really get our stuff together? Yes, we can. Are we willing to do the things we need to do? Put aside our differences. Understand that it's not about one person or one group. It's about all of us. And so I'm gonna bounce through your comments. Like and share live. Thank you so much. Like and share live. I really appreciate it. Today we're just talking about it, man. It's a sad day. GMJ convicted on bogus charges. And I really feel that from my heart. I feel like they couldn't prove the criminal intent. They of course made sure they try to paint a bad character to him because the things that probably was said and did in the past, as well as the fact that it's very vague statute that they throw it out there to the jury and say, look, the statute says you can't burn a gun, you can't do that. And look on the factual, on the photograph, he's burning a gun, or blah blah blah, allegedly burning a gun, right? And he should be found guilty, and that's that. But that's a bunch of BS. And my spirit just right now is just, I don't know. It's flattened by just the overall aspect of knowing that we are we're going through. So I'm gonna go through some of y'all comments, and we're gonna rock from there. We're gonna ride. Iris and X, thank you for tuning in. Like and share this Major TV broadcast. Thank you so much. Elena Poole, how you doing, Elena? United States government prices customer racism. We are in an apartheid state. Real talk, real talk. DDTL, how you doing? Major TV salute, Major TV salute you, sister. Thank you so much. Jay needed an international lawyer so he could assert his human rights on the trees of the United States sign. Yeah. I feel that, sister. Peace by Dizzy. Free GMJ, free Ozone Wires, Black people unite. We a million black men like this right now. Don't get scared and run it up. Real talk. Red Club, how you doing? Sad boy. is that the majority of oppressors understand us very well. They have learned us. They is heartbreaking again and again and again. They act like us to mask themselves to us. Real talk, real talk. Sarah Lily Shallow, how you doing? That's right. Our own people have always worked against our freedom fighters. I feel that while we are still locked in the system. Facts, facts. Petition can be filed on this behalf via the treaty bodies in the international system. Yeah, Elaine, you need to contact and let them know, Contact and let them know if we can do that. Real talk. Let us as a family just keep it moving. He was always one man. He cannot do it alone. It's going to take all of us, and we already know that. Real talk, sister, real talk. Shy none. They come after everyone that tried to stand up for the black community. I mean everyone and did it, and it's sweet. This should open us up. We're being done like the continent people wake up. Should we walk away from the system in the meantime? Not physically intolerable, mass up the presence of the public, stop the trade as they do, and let's give U.S. sanctions as they use time to migrate. That's a possibility that have been used in the past. You know what I'm saying? King was good at definitely boycotting a lot of stuff. Can be boycott. That's definitely a possibility. See, Crow, what's up? We still can make it happen. We just have to move different. These racist white people fight for their rights, so why can't we? Right, right. They still doing that made TV. Two of them right now on social media trying to convince people that he's some kind of op. Shaking me. I already know. I already know. I don't really be looking at a lot of people platform. I already know. I just had to say that because that's what it is. Like, we sell out. We sell out so over a dollar. We sell out in so many ways. A lot of us just cowards. We just don't want to, get caught up. You know what I'm saying? We don't want the heat like that. My brother Zachariah, the message, how you doing? Teach me. You're speaking violent truth. I don't care if our people don't want to hear the message. GMJ, the blessed spirit by the Most High for us. B1, FBA, BP, NFAC for life. Real talk, real talk. We got each other, but we can't even face ourselves at this point. That mirror exists. It might shatter. Real talk, real talk. Stop economic comment with others as long as we're not willing to walk away from the benefits Babylon of them. America has the leverage. It hurts. The commodities providing Babylon are bars. Real talk. That's real talk. But it's better saying than doing. Where do we go when we continue to fight legally and politically? Escalate to international level. We can get help, get there. All right, sister, real talk. Freedom isn't for every melanated person, as I've said before. We have to let them go and be devoured by their own charge. GMJ has enough support to remove him from this situation. You begin nationalized now. He put his life on the line. Real talk, Geneva. How you doing, Geneva? Girl in the building. What's going on, Geneva? Real talk, real talk. One love, be one first, offend the ancestors. Right, right, right. He had to be that way to get what he was trying to take us. Real talk. When my guy come through all the films, my guy, pow. My guy Major, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Starting the building. As real talk, Olivia France, how you doing? Olivia France, everyone wants to leave, but don't know how to follow. That's facts. That's facts. AJ 1820, peace and blessings, Major and family. Thank you for coming through, sister. Yukara Smith, program and conditioning, divide and conquer. Real talk, real talk, real talk. We had been wondering about our life for the longest, but when answer arrived, we didn't back it like many of us should have. That's fact, Geneva. That's facts. That's facts. I hope he has someone in place to keep the coalition moving forward. I hope so. I hope so too, man. Like real talk, But question can be where you gonna go at from here, him being incarcerated, and also how we gonna be able to work together in those eyes because this is a lot of damage going on with NFAC and what happened. I know they regrouping and what have you, but what NFAC gonna look without GMJ and do will they still continue to make moves in the community? That's gonna be important to know. My girl and Jim Lee Natan breaking up Major cannot hear you. Oh yeah, all right, all right. I remember that. Okay. They are on to you for spreading black positivity. Thank you, my bro. Real talk, real talk. Salute to you, Major and family. Black power. You just venting through chat, no disrespect intended. Let's gather together and always for the future generation. Much appreciated. Love to you reading this. Much love, brother. It's all good. It's all good, man. I believe in my heart he was real one for us now. Now one for those that talk or thought they could do better or they're gonna step up. I don't know. I don't know what you need. I don't even know. I really carried the tanny because, like I said, it was missed opportunity. I just feel like even if they didn't want to be a part of what he was doing, they could have did their own thing. She had faith in the domestic system and constitution. Yeah, a lot of us do, and unfortunately, our bell get ring, things happen and stuff like that. But I don't know, so I don't know. Just it's crazy. It's the God in us causing us to move on having our being, because us to operate with our seven senses only God Himself. Mm. Fact, this legal system is clearly against melanated people. Facts, I've been saying this until we are ready to die for the cause. We're gonna lose the war every time. Gina Wall said, Black youth, wake up, open your eyes, don't see what is going on. Mm. Jim J said we had a real chance. We had to just be black first, meaning stop going against each other. We are not supposed to be our own enemy. Facts, bro. Facts, facts. And Jay really tried. We just didn't listen to blacks that got money, plenty of money, should have highly been on board. We saw because of his GoFundMe. Mm. Those white militias went up in the White House and threw doo doo on the wall. Somebody got killed, but yet they want to throw the book at Jay. We will be fooled. Take this laying down. Appeal or GMJ appeal, but yes, he did appeal. Of course, he did appeal, and right now, it's going to be after he gets sentenced, I believe, August 22nd. I'm surprised, by the way. I'm surprised they took him too. I want to say that too. I'm surprised they really took him to custody. Typically, they let you be out, and after sentencing, then a week or so after sentencing, they will take you into custody and what have you. But that's crazy. They locked him up on the spot. I think that was very malicious. I think that was very intentional, and that was to send a message out. And I'm being real because people, a lot of things they didn't talk about, like the Kentucky Derby and the money that was affected, the millions that was affected by what GMJ did when the Kentucky Derby and shut it down. Well, I didn't say shut it down, but pull up in front of the Kentucky Derby like he did. That was a huge statement that pissed off it hit a lot of money, it hit a lot of people's pockets, and it pissed a lot of big people off. So it was as a political interest, but it was also power that beat interest of what he had did, So it's a lot of stuff, what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that we can talk about. I didn't even discuss. We have the unified diet. This is the bottom line. Those who are ready to exercise autonomation great and get real reparation, we need to organize and assert those institutional rights. Mm-hmm. Real talk, man. We have no structure and no treasury to fight. J through appointed but did not have this infrastructure in place to stand and fight a nation. He was in the process of advancing that nation. Real talk, real talk. Will the coalition be moving forward? It should. I don't see why it shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Of course, um, Jay gonna be still like sending different things their way in reference to how they should conduct on themselves out here and what they should be doing in the community. A whole lot of comments, y'all. Hey, these comments, we're gonna do the thing. We just out here doing our thing right now. That's right, Major. I will tell everybody I did not take a vow of poverty nor am I on suicide mission. He definitely he was definitely on point. We just listen to our own. We think the wrong people have our best interest, and that's so far from the truth. Lady Rule had to does be one or does be one. Truly, truly heartbreaking. Real talk, real talk. My man JB ATL in the building. We not on the same page. On one hand, when something happens, people be like, "Where them listeners at?" When them listeners goes to jail, we be like, where to support that? That's real talk, man. Like it's crazy, man. Like it's really really crazy, JB. I don't really know how to I say what I don't even know how to really respond because that's true. Like and I think also true is the fact we put all the pressure on the militias and we only got what we can do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us we take sides and we actually be working against each other. And it's crazy, like man, like and then I just wish that we realize that it's just so bigger than us as an individual. You know what I'm saying? It's really bigger than us as a people. We just don't see how big it is, and it's crazy, man. But only way we can really pull this off, man, we gotta really gel together. I mean, we gotta be like peas in the pot. We really you know, gotta be on it. Thank you, much made TV for non-biased report. All love, real talk, man, real talk. Like that's what I do. I ain't with all the nonsense. I'm not really with that, man. Like when stuff when the kitchen got hot, kind of had to fall back a little bit. And I know there was some tax, I know there was things being said, but I didn't care because I walk in my own truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't look to be co-signed by nobody. Shit, we say we not insane. Right, right, right. Michaela Dawson said, thank you, Major. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Broderick Berry, free GMJ 100. Facts, facts, facts. HSH, flowers and knowledge, purpose and moving in silence, but accomplish your goals. Real talk, real talk, real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's best to move in silence. Like, I admire people that do that because when you talk in public a lot, everything being recorded, you know what I'm saying? You're giving people something to talk about, People literally was doing lives off of something Jim just said or somebody said, they would actually just try to build off that, So it's crazy, like it's real, real crazy. When Rodney King got beat, everybody was wilding out. Jim J convicted on BS and MF was walking around mad and upset with their head down. We have a defeated mindset. Wow, wow, wow. We need to boycott the elections and vote for independence, like Ramsey said. He already got an online thing, vote Black Independence online. I had did a live on it, and the link is in my description. So he definitely talking about voting for Black independence. That's definitely live, real talk. People keep saying we can't physically go remove that guy on Census Day. I beg to differ. If our people want, they will. They don't. They done it for Malcolm. We saw that day. Done too. Sebi. We done for Sebi. Think about it. Or it was done for Silas Shakur. They went broke out in the 70s. They broke out. So yeah, it's been done. Who wouldn't do it? At what cost? You know what I'm saying? It definitely can be done. Real talk. Blessing to all. Most of us, it's not going to happen. Most are scared of these demons deep inside. The strong are scared of what happened to Jay. All other things happened to them. Until the fear is removed, people wouldn't die for respect. The cycle will continue. Lines for our people are too comfortable. Things need to be shaken up for us to move. The most high hands on Jim J. We have the power to make things happen. Too many of us are too scary. We have a chance to help them, but I'm just being honest. Black freedom fighters with a purpose. Don't usually survive once they get them a chance unless they become a plant behind the bars. As long as we're in the systems, they make the rules. Real talk. Real talk. Our true enemies ourselves. Nobody else can beat us. Not one unit. No one. they're scared of us taking back what they took from us, so they are willing to do anything to keep the nerves. My love to you all. Good blessing, strength, wisdom. Thank you, Major. Thank you, Geneva, for coming through. Appreciate you. Support. Some people like the idea of militia until it's time to really do militia work. Real talk, real talk. Maxine Getty said, the Most High knows the truth, and we will get justice. Robert Haldeman, he was a very smart man. Sometimes the Most High give us ammo to get justice, but we just have to be in sync and the words into act and put words into action. Real talk, real talk. He didn't. He did the crime now. He does the. Oh man, who the hell? Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. Let me just take care of this right quick. Okay, cool. We good. That's all out the window. My bad. Just reading. Like white people that actually did a crime got their cases dropped, right? Nah, that was a white guy. I took him on. I took him on. Don't worry about that. That was my bad. I was just, yeah. What the enemy meant for evil, the Most High turn for GMJ good. Hallelujah. Dr. O. All right, thank you, Dr. O, for coming through. Amanda. Peace and blessings, family. Stay strong. Your elder sister from Harlem in Georgia. Peace and blessings, sister. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah. So y'all, I went through all the comments and stuff like that. I must admit that this wasn't easy doing this live and even talking about it. Words can't explain the fact that we had the opportunity to just show some form of unity, even if it wasn't publicized, right? And we publicized more the negative side of how we felt about GMJ, how we felt about this group, and we actually took sides against each other, and we had our own civil war, and it's still going on right now. While this brother sitting in the cell, not knowing how much time he'll get and when he's gonna be released, and then have to wait in the same system that convict him, file appeal and wait, and they're gonna rule on his situation. Now his brother rights to bear arms and what have you, it's stripped now. That's why I dropped a video. A white guy was saying, which we already know, that slavery never ended. It never ended. The 13th Amendment justified slavery, and we know that Jim just convicted because he spoke out against the injustices that we know that's going on. That a lot of us didn't know how to say it in sort of ways, didn't have that exposure, or we spoke about it, but didn't have that exposure like he did. And he was definitely able to galvanize, mobilize, and organize people to do some things, to say some things, and I don't know, and I mean, I just the hate is just the hate is just there. It's something that we can't even look away no more. We can't even deny, like the hate is there in our community. And I don't know, like, what I'm saying, I really believe that some of us really is enjoying our captivity because of what capitalism have to offer and all the little perks, what have you, of just being a slave that accept what it is. And I hate to just use those terms, but sometimes it is what it is. But I urge everybody to just stay strong, stay informed, try to do what you can do, still building your community, still network with other people. That's about bringing our people together and by healing our people because there is some real deep wounds, real trauma, real mental health issues in our community that we can't deny. You know what I'm saying? And Naeem Agbo, when he spoke about in his book Changing the Psychological Slavery, he talked about the things that was ingrained in us and how we think, the way we think, we talk, the way we talk, do what we do. It's really a real reality. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say enough about the fact of the mental health in our community, the ignorance, the self hate. It's there. Like it's really there. And when you look at all these different platforms, even some of the people that we see have large following, and we can hear some of the things they're saying and some of the things they're doing, so you clearly see, what I'm saying, they're not all the way there, and clearly with GMJ was just one of the things where I don't think we'll ever really just, I don't know, because it's good saying a lot of things, go get them, and we need to get them out of jail, we need to do this, we need to do that, and this, that, and other, but who wouldn't do that? At what cost? Like, I'm open, I'm listening, I'm checking things out, man, but like, everything gotta be planned, it just can't be no impromptu thing. Like, when you're dealing with a government that's what they do. They do it to other people. They want to go take somebody or grab somebody from other countries. They do it. So I don't know. What I'm saying, I just feel like right now is a time for us to really just kind of like get our stuff together and realize this just not a good look. Not at all. They want to discourage us and wear us down. Most definitely honor, most definitely honor. Real talk, Queen L. The only thing that I see we can do right now is start getting ourselves together to get the perm, where we can pull pull out of the system, self-supporting, self-sustaining. And I totally second that, Queen L. I totally do. But sometimes getting our people in the same room and let people talk and really, I'm talking about provide the research, um, um, look at the pros and cons, the strength, weaknesses, and really put together real action plans and hold everybody accountable. But a lot of times you got to deal with the egos, you have to deal with the loudness, you got to deal with the frustration, anger, and emotion. It's so much. A lot of people are patients to be dealing with that. I hate to say it, like we're already traumatized and whatnot, but I totally agree with you. I totally agree. But I feel like we had an opportunity now. But like moving forward, yes. But that's been something that echoed over and over again. It's time to just do what you say. But thank you, sis. Real talk. Thanks, Major. I greatly appreciate you. I'm sure it was hard to talk about. Real talk, Black Power, real talk. I mean, I met this brother. I'm the only person that had did 3 interviews where I met him on several occasions. And we had some real conversations, right? I even let some stuff off my chest. He let stuff off his chest. I really had a chance. Like, I ain't like some people that talk about Jim J and never met him. I met him, you know what I'm saying? Still have his number, you know what I'm saying? We communicated. We hadn't talked in a while, but, and I don't know. I mean, I really, like I said, my heart, when it come down to our people's peer and what I've been trying to do with him in all the video, because, you know, um, I mean, there's so many videos I did on GMJ. It's crazy. Like, and to watch what's going on right now, it's wow. Real tough. So yeah, y'all. So I appreciate everybody coming through. I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than the fact that we have to stay encouraged, like Queen L said, we can do now in reference to coming together and really trying to come up with some real solutions. And don't get me wrong, there are people out here doing that where they're not in the limelight, they're not really out there, They're doing things in the community. We just don't know about it. We don't hear about it as much. But don't be discouraged. I said to try my best to kind of talk about everything in the community and definitely find more encouraging words for our people because in time of need, we need encouragement. In a time of disaster, we need some positivity. In a time that we're down, we need to find ways how to pick each other up by the bootstrap as well as be helpful. That's why I'm gonna remain a positive channel. I watch my lives flood up and I watch my lives shrink down to a few people now. It's cool. I understand that you may not like what I talk about. You may not agree with me. You may not support me. It's cool. I'm not doing it to make nobody like me, hate me. I'm doing it to share positive messages. I'm not just talking about talking. I'm talking about also going out in the community and doing things. And I'm very active in the community. Very active. And what I seen what this brother was doing, that drew my attention and drew many others to want to support him. So shout out to GMJ, man. May he find some kind of solitude, peace of mind, and some kind of spiritual enlightenment about his journey in reference to what he's going through right now. Because it is a sad day, but we have to always be hopeful and positive for this brother. I did almost 20 years in prison, and it wasn't easy. I had to figure it out and how to get myself out. I know he can do the same thing. And I knew you'll come back bigger and better, as well as wiser. I don't try to hold nothing in my heart. I had people turn their back on me, let me down when I was incarcerated. But I dealt with all that, right? And I put everything in God's hand. And I'm quite sure he's there. For those who've been rocking with him and still rock him, still support him, you know what I'm saying? For those who don't understand what he's about, those who don't agree with him, don't add fuel to the fire by saying the negative thing that we be saying about each other and going there, you know what I'm saying? But I recommend it and really urge everybody's support in some kind of way. It don't always have to be financially. And please don't get caught up in all of the divisive talk, the division and all the nonsense. We don't need none of that. We don't need none of it. And I really mean that. We don't really need none of that. Hold it down, Major. Thank you for speaking up. Peace. Peace, my bro. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah, so hey, I appreciate everybody. Y'all like and share this live, like and share this live. Do the channel, notification button and notification bell. I'm dropping content every so often. And I come from different aspects. I talk about stuff like this, but I also talk about the social aspect, the political, economic aspect of our conditions. I bring people on for interviews. I share information and what have you. And this right here, this is really something dear to me because, people don't know one of my first videos was about GMJ almost 2 years ago and stuff like that. And I started a quest of just sharing what he was doing and encouraging people to support, And for a minute, I hadn't been talking about it. People really thought we had this big issue. I just was trying to make sure it was news. But once it really I was trying to be more news-based and just, being a fanboy, what have you, just really pushing what he was trying to say and do. But when they got real messy, I just kind of fell back and observed because I'm not with the messy stuff, right? But I want to thank everybody. Real talk, real talk, real talk. Y'all make sure more than anything, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep y'all sanity. Please keep your sanity. Love you, brother Major. Thanks for sharing this important YouTube broadcast. GMJ will get another chance to fight the bogus charges. Systematic racism isn't going nowhere. We at war. B1 FB. Real talk, brother Zachariah, and that's how I really see it. And though I don't have no faith in the system, I have faith in God. And I believe God can move mountains. God can do anything, and I'm definitely wish for a prayer for this brother. So I'm always be positive. I give all praise to the Most High for y'all coming through. My brother, man, brother Ramsey Giannis, peace God, peace King. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. Shout out to his brother. His brother got a big thing going on in Detroit right now in West Africa doing his thing. But this brother got a self-determination movement, and he's making all kind of moves. But he needs our support, just like GMJ needs our support. He needs our support too. These brothers and comrades are doing the same thing, going at about it different ways, right? We need a definite support with Brother Yan Ramzu. People, the people government of Detroit, I believe, and in Detroit, man, they definitely are housing the homeless and informing the people about taking back what's theirs, their community. Thank you for coming to Brother Ramzu. For everybody else, I appreciate you. If I didn't read a comment, it was nothing personal. I'm really on the clock with this one. I just want to just talk to people about what's going on briefly. You already know he's been convicted, and right now he's waiting for sentencing. A lot of information, description of the video, I believe, August 22nd. You want to donate to his commissary, put one in his commissary, want to donate to him, or you want to put some money on the phone for talk to the lawyer or in the description of my video. Thank y'all so much. I can't say enough of that. Y'all please support Brother GMJ and everybody out here in our community doing stuff. I do believe it's a sad day they've been convicted on bogus charges, but I do believe that there's always hope. There's always hope. There's always that opportunity in that moment is seized. There will be casualties of war. We will be killed in this fight. We will be locked up. We will be exiled. Some of us will lose our mind. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be what it is. But more than anything, we have to keep the hope. We have to make sure that our babies and our families are well. We have to make sure that everything and everybody matters. We can't leave nothing behind. And right now, I'm not worrying too much about me and my family. I'm worrying about my grandkids and future generations. I'm worrying about you. I'm worrying about us. Like, it's a lot to be said about this government. There's a lot can be said about the powers that be and how they control the world. There's a lot to be said about the evil. There's a lot to be said about things that we know were totally against us, and the people that we know that's not working for us, that's working against us. We know this. And I'm talking about even our own community. The biggest question is what we're going to do about it. The biggest question we're going to do about it. But the Ramzu say, we can avoid what happened to GMJ by asserting our right to self-determination. Facts. Real talk. Malik, y'all, I think, peace and blessings, brother Major. Thank you for coming through, sister. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for last minute coming through. Cause we about to end this thing. Well, right. Hi, Major. I want you to know you are very much appreciated. Please continue your work. Thank you so much. I give all praise to God for that. Look, let what we see, let what happened on the 27th of GMJ be something we build off, something we learn from, something we see that had we really came together despite the differences, had we really just addressed the elephant in the room and laid everything on the table and really put the people first, with all the guns, with all the people, with all the self-determination talk, with all the things that's going on in our community. There's a lot of things going on. Not just bad, good too. If we could have brought them under one umbrella, how different it could have been. But we're going to definitely keep this brother in prayer. We're going to definitely support him the best we can. We're going to definitely learn from our mistakes and be better. So y'all be strong. Y'all be safe. Be smart. And just be you. Peace.
Let's talk. Yeah. Doing it from the heart, that's the only way of doing it. Giving them food for thought, cause these Jews are real jewelry. Remember we used to march for peace. The days Dr. King, remember we would walk the streets showing our unity. Yeah, strength in numbers, we need to talk among us. We need to show more love and be more supportive. Product of my environment, something wrong with the soil. Soldier with no platoon, cause every day it's a war. Doing it from the heart, cause that's the only way of doing it. Giving them food for thought, cause these Jews are real jewelry. Remember we used to march for peace. The days Dr. King, remember we would walk the streets showing our unity. Doing it from the heart, that's the only way of doing it. Giving them food for thought, cause these Jews are real jewelry. Remember we used to march for peace. The days Dr. King, remember we would walk the streets showing our unity. Let's talk. I ain't saying that it gotta happen overnight, but we gotta make a change to preserve life, serve a greater purpose, and start with you and I. Gotta plant the seeds of hope deep in your mind, and let it grow to something you never thought it would, and give back all the blessings to the neighborhood, just the way you should, the only way to do it. This is Major TV Music, Black Media. Doing it from the heart, that's the only way of doing it. Giving them food for thought, cause these Jews are real jewelry. Remember we used to march for peace. The days Dr. King, remember we would walk the streets showing our unity. Doing it from the heart, that's the only way of doing it. Giving them food for thought, cause these Jews are real jewelry. Remember we used to march for peace. The days Dr. King, remember we would walk the streets showing our unity.
The Negro is still languished in the corners of American society, finds himself in exile in his own land. So we've come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that America